Hi beautiful souls, welcome back to the channel, Beautiful Awakening with Shantia. Welcome to another pick a card reading with me. So in today's reading, I wanted to do something different, so I decided to do what I'm calling a wild card reading. So in this reading, there's no preparation, I didn't do any meditation, nothing. So we are just pulling on camera just to see whatever wants to come through. There's no intention, there's no messages we're trying to search for, but I'm open to whatever messages Source wants to offer to you for this reading. So I'm open. So I have a tarot deck for each group. We're going to pull tarot. I have a couple of oracle card decks, and then I have astral dice. If you haven't already, go ahead and check out on my other channel, Soul Awakening with Shantia. I uploaded another part 2 video to my Monster Inside series, and hopefully I'll be uploading part 3 and part 4 soon. So this has been a really cool in-depth deep dive about understanding the psychology of people who have made some questionable decisions in life. So go ahead and check that out if you're interested. And soon on that channel, I'll be having a moon series upload. I should also be dropping a short about Rahu transiting through Shatabishak, which is a huge deal because Rahu is going to be essentially transiting through its own nakshatra. There's a bit of an interesting exchange of energies going on. Saturn is in Pisces right now, and Rahu just came from Pisces. So we're kind of getting a reoccurring themes throughout the years. We've been getting some reoccurring themes. And in this month, we got lots of retrogrades going on. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up on those energies as well. I'm so excited for the fall season. I'm definitely feeling the vibes. And I already have a holiday themed pick a card reading coming up soon that I may be uploading at the end of this month. Okay, let's go ahead and get started with your meditation. So group number one, you have the maroon wild card. Group number 2, you have the beautiful deep blue, sea blue wild card. And group number 3, you have the evergreen wild card. All right, let's go ahead and start your meditation. Alright, group number 1, if you chose the maroon, almost purpley wild card, we're going to go ahead and start with you. Hey group number 1, welcome to your reading. So let's just go ahead and just pull some cards right away. And we'll just see whatever wants to come through for you. Randomly. Okay. Oh! So we got 3 of Swords. So this sort of popped up in the November reading as well. So we're kind of picking up energies. So they really want you to know about your mental health. This is what's important. Okay, let me just kind of stare at it and see whatever I can pick up just by looking at it. I mean, I'm hearing like change or trying something different, because I'm looking at the swords and they each look different to me. Like it's like changing or using your arsenal of tools. So it's like using a different type of tool. So they want you to use a different tool or try it a different way. So let's go ahead and pull some more cards and see what else they can give us to clarify. Knight of Cups. Okay. So there might be some sort of situation that's not sort of, there's something that maybe there's conflict around, it's not working out, or it's been difficult, or it's been such a trial or a trial run that you've been feeling and you've been experiencing, and they want you to approach it differently. There might be a heart versus head sort of dynamic that's going on where you're, in your head thinking about something and you're like, okay, logically this is what makes sense, or this is how things are unfolding. But in your heart, if you follow that, that's going to give you a lot more clarity on how to approach it. Okay, let's see what else wants to come through for you. Hierophant. Learning how to follow your heart, learning how to listen to your heart. So there's like wisdom in the heart if you listen to your heart versus the mind, which is very like logical. And the issue with the mind, with the Three of Swords, this is about programming specifically. So this is about like what you're taught. It could be like traditions, belief systems that you're taught that are no longer working for you here. It's causing just continuous mental conflict, and that's because they're trying to redirect you. So this also takes me to the shifts that we're going through, with Rahu being in Aquarius, and Saturn was in Aquarius, and then there's a connection to Mercury, because Jupiter's in Cancer, but when it retrogrades back into Mercury, or Gemini, then it's going to have that Mercurian influence. So there's just this repeated message and lesson around intellect and mind and understanding programming and rewiring. So there's some sort of rewiring that's happening around your belief system because you're being redirected and called to listen to, follow your heart. Okay, let me pull one more just to see if any more clues they can give me here. Oh, a lot. So we have, look at that, Eight of Wands, Ace of Swords, the truth. Yeah. So the conflict really is just like the programming. It's just an idea that you're used to, that you've been comfortable with, that's no longer working, and you're being redirected to move in a different direction. Knights are all about mission. So the mission you're being called to movement here is to follow your heart and listen to what actually feels right versus like a belief system you were taught, because there's a even more expansive belief system that you're being brought towards here with this Eight of Wands. They're trying to help you to expand into a broader belief system that's going to help to liberate you of the old structure here. And it has to do with the truth. So whatever's not working, it's a lie. It's working against the truth. Here we got Three of Swords all the way on this side, and then we have Ace of Swords, which is all about truth, or an idea. So if you feel like you're stuck around something, you're stuck around what your next move is or what you're being called to do, that's because you're still focused on like an outdated idea that's no longer serving you. This new idea is like a light bulb going off. It's like inspiration. Oh, okay, I should do it like this, or I should approach it this way. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull a couple of these oracle cards for you. Yeah, so there's a lot of movement, but it's moving in a different direction than maybe you were used to or what you were comfortable with for so long. Okay. Yeah, so we got Ascended Masters connected to Hierophant for sure. Powerful, loving, and wise spiritual teachers are watching over and guiding you. Yeah, so you're essentially being guided in a different direction. So the Ascendant Master frequency is essentially the kind of like Christ, Buddha. These are teachers who have walked the earth before us, who have done the work, who have found access to the truth, who have elevated into higher states of consciousness. Their stories leave behind signatures for us to be reminded as to what direction we're being called to go in. So there's little echoes you can read about, but really in your heart, you're going to find the best answers. So you're being called to like embark on that journey, embark on that pathway that you feel is more true to you. It might feel a little risky, but it's going to definitely alleviate you of the headache that you felt like you've been experiencing for some time. Okay, let's go ahead and pull one of these here. I got two. Okay, we have Crystal Skull Wisdom, Clarity, Divine Healing, High Vibrational Energy. Yep. Yep, that's definitely Ace of Swords, thinking clearly. So your mind's not feeling muddied or confused anymore. And we have Third Eye Activation, Brow Chakra, Inner Vision, and Clear Seeing. So yeah, it definitely feels like wherever it is you're at when it comes to your life situation, it feels a bit dire. It feels like important, as if like it's, you know, things are just not working, or it's like important decisions, because it has to do with your belief system. Well, part of the reason why it's not working is because it's an outdated vision. You need to lean into your inner vision to guide you, to show you what clear seeing is and what direction you clearly need to move in here. So when things aren't working, it doesn't mean they're just not working, or there's something wrong with you, or you don't know what to do, or you're not smart enough to figure it out. It just means that you have to dig a little deeper, go inward, because more than likely you're looking too much to your external situation to get the answer that you're seeking, or you're wanting, or you're desiring. So this is the opportunity to go inward and use your imagination, right? You know, kids are very good at using their imagination, but the imagination is also the third eye. You know, that's the third eye activating, where it's giving you guidance. It's just that kids sound delusional when they're talking about things, because we, you know, as adults become so just disconnected from our imagination, our inner seeing, and our inner vision. We become so fixated on life needing to look a certain way on the outside. But we got to learn how to follow that inner vision, and then we'll be alleviated of the stress or the pressure we're feeling around certain choices. So with a Crystal Skull Wisdom, Clarity, Divine Healing. Yeah, so you're going through a really powerful healing when it comes to being able to see clearly. You know, like the storm in the clouds here. Jupiter is in Purnavasu. Purnavasu is about the returning light. So this is like the Six of Swords. It's like there's a storm, and then, you know, the clouds start to part, the rain clears, and the sun starts to come out. And this is when we start to see clearly, and the sun starts to illuminate the sky, right? So this is what's going on when it comes to wherever it is you're being called to be illuminated. Let the illumination happen. So whatever didn't work was not supposed to work. Okay, let me go ahead and roll the Astro dice for you guys. So we got Scorpio, 9th house, K2. Yeah, so you're going through a transformation when it comes to your old belief systems. K2 is about a releasing, a letting go. So this is whenever K2 is shifting in certain houses in our chart, or wherever it's at in your birth chart, that's the thing you're called to let go of, and then it falls into place. So it doesn't mean you don't get to experience it. It just means that this is a space where less attachment will serve you. So less attachment to a fixed idea is going to serve you here. Scorpio is about transformation. So Scorpio is at 180, where it looked a certain way, you were operating a certain way, and then things sort of flip on its head. Oh, I said 9th house. Sorry, this is 6th house. So this is about our habits. So this is the 6th house can also be about mindset and foundation. So it looks like there's a new foundation, or the foundation is being uprooted and reset to receive things differently. So you can think of like a software update. A software update is happening. So when you click back into the computer, everything's different. And you're operating it from a different space. So there's a software update that's happening when it comes to your beliefs, your mindset, your foundational beliefs. So these are your habitual beliefs that you lean into every day, that makes you make the choices you make in life. So what are the habits you have on a day-to-day basis? So 6th house can also be connected to work life. So this could be connected to your resources, and what resources you're wanting to access, and you're not able to access the way that you used to, because you're being asked to let it go, because there's just a new foundation coming into place. So Scorpio is also about control. So K2 in Scorpio, I would say it would be about releasing control, letting go of control when it comes to what you're comfortable with. I've talked about this in readings many times. It's like an earthquake is happening underneath you, and the plate tectonics are shifting underneath you, and you just got to go with the movement. So that's what I'm seeing here, is you just got to go with the movement. Whatever change is happening, just let it happen. And don't force anything, because it's going to cause you more conflict. It's going to cause you more confusion and frustration. And K2 is also a blessing, because K2 is also where we're offered grace. You know, it's not just this fear of like things being taken away. K2 doesn't just take things away. There's always lessons connected to it. There's grace that comes with it. So as things are being taken away, there's always going to be grace offered to you that's put in place, like a safety net. That's what I'm seeing. So if you feel like, oh, things aren't going to work out, well, there's a safety net that's going to be put in place, or is already put in place. So you don't have to worry about whatever conflict this is. It could be work related. It could be just whatever habits you are used to on a day-to-day basis. Just let it go. Let it go and let it be. Okay, that's what I'm picking up for your wildcard reading, group number 1. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Like, subscribe to support, and I will see you next time. Bye. Hey, group number 2, welcome to your reading. So you guys, looks like you guys chose the deep blue sea wild card. So we'll go ahead and see what wants to come through for you. We're just gonna go ahead and start pulling cards and seeing whatever wild card message source has for you. So first card we have is Death. Nice. So maybe a bit of a connection to the water. We got a scorpionic energy coming through first, right away. Okay, let's see what else wants to come through for you. 2 of Cups. Okay. All right, so there might be some sort of ending you're experiencing in a relationship dynamic, or it has something to do with your emotions and your heart. So it's something that you were comfortable with that you're having to let go of. So it may not be a person, it can come in all forms, but this can also be very 7th house energy. So it's like people who are used to interacting with, a communicative dynamic that you're used to having with people, or an energetic exchange you're used to having. You're being called to let go of. Okay, let me pull one more clarifier for you to see what else wants to come through. Oh, okay, we get the World card coming out. Nice. Wow, beautiful. So we got 2 major arcanas and a minor arcana here. So you're in a place where you're learning how to redefine what love means to you, or what it looks like for you. It's starting to look a little different here. You know, we got the scorpionic energy. This is giving me like a 180 degree. We have the World card, which is giving me 360 degrees. So either way, it's a huge change that you're experiencing right now. They want you to embrace this transition, because there's going to be something better on the other side. Or, you know, I don't even like saying that, because that indicates that change is just painful, which is not actually. It's actually quite normal and it's natural. But it's a big change, and I think there's some sort of dynamic that you were used to for so long that is ending. It's just coming to an end. It's changing here. The form is like totally changing. Like there's a total recall, total change. Like I'm seeing someone take apart a car and put totally new parts on the car, and it looks totally different. Like it's a different car. But the underparts, you know, some of the underwiring or the skeletal of the car is the same. But there's like totally different parts. So I think, you know, I'm actually getting the message of get more excited, see it more as an adventure for opportunity, for all the transformation change that you're experiencing right now. Because whatever this change is, it's a big deal in terms of helping you to embrace or see yourself in a different light. So embrace yourself differently, see yourself in a different light. Let me see what else I'm picking up. I'm definitely seeing something around people here, because even I'm being drawn to the people in this death card here. And I'm being drawn to the child who's looking up at the Grim Reaper. And it's just taking me to this energy of innocence. And I think that's actually how they want you to embark on this journey, is to embrace it with a kind of innocence instead of an assumption. Like, adults always make assumptions as if they like know everything, like, oh, I know how this works, well, this is not the time of knowing how things work. This is the time to just like embrace the adventure and see yourself as a divine child on a journey who's being guided instead of fearful. Because this child actually doesn't look scared. It's interesting. I'm looking at the card. This child doesn't look scared. Child looks curious, even though there's death around them. So whatever changes are happening, it could be relationship or job related, whatever big structures are changing in your life, come to it with a sort of like childlike curiosity. That's what's going to help you to move through it more peacefully, because there's nothing to fear. That's what I'm hearing. There's nothing to fear. Okay, let me pull some more cards and see what else wants to come through for you guys. Okay. Oh, we got books. It says your life purpose involves writing, reading, editing, or selling spiritually based books. Yeah, so this is a really good time to be open to learning. I'll pull a clarifier for that for you guys. So if you've been interested in embracing a new project, right? So this definitely feels like life purpose energy showing up in your reading. If there's something that you really feel called to do that's different, if there's something you've been wanting to write, any kind of content creation, anything to do with words or communication, period. This might actually be more of what you're being called to embrace and move towards than anything else. So whatever is ending, the ending is happening, but this world card feels like a makeover. It's like, okay, the makeover is not happening in 10 years or whatever. You don't have to wait for the makeover to happen. The transition, the change happens over a period of time. So over a period of time, through episodes, things are released and new things are embraced. So you know how in a TV show, there's episodes, and in every episode, let's say it's a detective show, there's a problem, and by the end of it, there's a solution. That's what I'm seeing. So you're going to be going through a series of episodes where there's a problem, there's a solution, there's a problem, there's a solution. When I say problem, I mean something that you're not used to, something that you're having to approach with a critical thinking mind. So I'm seeing a lot of problem solving opportunities for you. And I think this is actually going to give you opportunities to like meet new people here, because I'm seeing a really nice gentle exchange. It feels like a conversation that you're having with people. It could just be social media or content creation where you're making it. That's offered to the public or the people. But I think you're finding a different audience, or that your audience is finding you as well. Whatever audience is meant to find you. Because this feels like the world card feels very supported, right? This is a completion cycle. Looks like you've completed whatever previous cycle, or you're in the space of completing a cycle in your life, and you're entering into a new cycle. I haven't seen this card in a long time, so this is kind of cool. I have not seen this card in a long time in these readings. It's been like a year maybe, and I was seeing it a lot before. So this message is like coming back around, I think, to remind you that that's what's been happening. Like, you've been going through these changes, these shifts, you've been letting go of old things, but it feels very positive, uplifting and loving. And I also think that you're up for it. You're up for the adventure of letting go of old relationship dynamics that are, ending, and then there are new bridges that are forming. That's what I'm seeing. Maybe even an opportunity to travel somewhere totally different, because I keep being drawn to this like village here on the hills. So maybe there's an opportunity opening up. Sorry if you guys can't see. Maybe there's an opportunity that's opening up for you to go somewhere totally different. Live somewhere totally different. Sorry about that. Questionable lighting, huh? It looks cute at certain angles. There we go. Okay. Yeah, because I'm seeing like partnership. So I'm actually seeing a partnership open up for you. Let's say you've been wanting to write something. I'm seeing like a book deal or partnerships or collaborations in your near future here. Okay, let's go ahead and pull some cards. It could even be that you're working solo, but maybe you hire someone to do like your editing, or you hire someone to do your cover page or something like that. That's what I'm also seeing. Or you have to link in with a publisher to publish your book. Okay, that felt like it wanted to come out. So we have here ancestral realm, karmic release, healing the lineage, boundaries. Yeah, that definitely brings me to the child I was seeing. So I feel as though that child is, usually it's the older habits that take the longest to go, right? The habits that we've been used to for so long. And as you get older, it's harder to shed your habits, right? Because you're used to living a certain way. You're used to doing things a certain way. But a child is very adaptable. When we see ourselves as divine childs, we can actually do karmic releases a lot faster, quicker, with less force, with less stress. I've seen a lot of interesting takes on karmic releases, and even myself, when I've been going through things, I'm like, oh, it's a hard thing, it's difficult. And it's actually not difficult. It's actually very natural when you just let go of certain things. And some people are called to let go of more. Could be, older soul, different journey. That's the main lesson. But either way, we're all called to let go at some point in time. That's definitely part of the completion cycle of a human's journey. So you're releasing some sort of ancestral lineage energies. You could say it's in your DNA. This is healing here. And it's interesting that they have boundaries, because sometimes I look at that word on this card and I'm like, what do they mean by boundaries? Like, do you need to put boundaries? And either way, the boundaries are becoming healthier. Let's just say that. Because even the way that we think of boundaries, we think of a boundary as like a fence, right? Or a shield. But sometimes shields work in a very paradoxical way. So sometimes shields keep things out that are bad, and sometimes they keep things out that are good. So it really is what kind of boundary, what form of boundary, what's the intention behind the boundary that's ultimately determining if this boundary is effective or not. So let's just call it an effective boundary. And we can also reference the archway here. So this archway feels supportive, protective, and it looks like it's framing the picture. And frames support the photo. They support, let's say the photo is a representation of your life journey, your life adventure. Well, you're getting a beautiful frame to support this journey. And all the pieces are kind of coming together, and you're starting to see the bigger picture as well. Really cool. And I think you're also being connected with those like ancient energies. You're feeling more in flow with it, because we live around all of that stuff that exists within us, around us, everywhere. You may be in a really powerful space of awakening and remembering things. You feel like you're getting this insight and knowledge, and it feels old and ancient. You don't know where it's coming from, and maybe you want to put it in a form of like content creation or a book or writing or talking to people about it. So that's really exciting. Okay, let me roll the Astro dice for you guys. So we have Uranus, Gemini, 5th house. Okay, so we got some writers for sure. We got some writers. Uranus is your intellectual genius. This is definitely the writer. But Uranus is also a radical revolutionizer. So it's about doing things different. The revolution also takes me to the World card, right? This is like a 360 revolution here. So you're getting some revolutionary ideas and insights right now. 5th house is creativity. So for sure, what's coming through for you, group number 2, is to express this, share it, disseminate your knowledge, your insight. I'm hearing prophecy. So, prophecy as in, having a knowing, tuning into that inner vision and just having a knowing or sense for what's going on and sharing that information. And it looks like it's very vital for you to share what's coming through to you during this period. You know, we got Gemini, and Gemini is like exploratory. It's exploratory, it's experimental. And it's interesting because this is a Two of Cups, but look at that. That looks just like the Gemini sign we got there. Isn't that interesting? Looks just like it. So that's giving me this like partnership and collaboration, community, networking as well, and allowing it to happen naturally. But the fifth house is about focusing on self-expression. So express your ideas, share your insights. You're definitely not crazy. You're onto something, and they want you to continue to share this, let it proliferate. You know, that's what the fifth house is for. As far as fertility goes, it's not just children. This is also about your, I guess you could think of your creative ideas or your creative projects as your children. But go ahead and procreate and share your ideas and your insights. And it looks like it's coming to you in heaps and bounds, because I'm seeing like a generous helping of ideas. So just find the most natural form for you to share this insight and information with other people. Right now, what's important is for you to connect with people, with the public, find a platform to do this with. Take as long and do it as fast as you want to, but have fun is also what that's very important, is just have fun trying out new things, and don't hide away, don't hold your ideas back, because you are a messenger. That's what I'm hearing. A light worker, a messenger, here to share these divine messages with the public, and you're gonna have a lot of fun through this. And this is your purpose here. This is your calling. So they just want you to get comfortable with it. I'm seeing someone being comfortable in their skin, get more comfortable in your skin with embracing this aspect, this part of you, this makeover that's happening, and you shall thrive. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Group number 2, like, subscribe to support. I will see you guys next time. Bye. Hey, group number 3, welcome to your reading. If you guys chose the Evergreen Mystery Wildcard here, then we are here to do this wildcard reading for you. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and start pulling some cards and seeing whatever wants to come through. And then I got a couple Oracle card decks, and then we'll roll the Astro Dice and just see whatever wildcard message is meant for you right now. Oh, okay. Wow, we got a lot. Okay. Oh, so we got 3 of Swords, Page of Cups, 5 of Wands, and the Star card. Okay, so there's definitely some sort of conflict going on here. Some frustration. We're getting some strong emotions. So we got 3 of Swords. We have 5 of Wands. So some sort of conflict is showing up. Page of Cups, you may need to spend some time in like isolation and solitude, journaling, just to kind of figure out how to, just to regroup here. So for the Page of Cups, I'm getting regroup, focus on yourself, and see what it is you're feeling more aligned with. Because there's an energy of maybe there's too much focus on what other people are going to think or how other people would judge this, their perspective. It looks like you're working on something, or you're trying to work on something, but other people are like, I don't know, man, I don't want to agree with this, or, you know, there might just be voices in your head. This could be the voices in your head that are telling you this isn't going to work out. So there might be a projection of failure, of fear showing up. But this is just an inner projection, and I'm hearing it might have something to do with like childhood and maybe just a lack of nourishment in your childhood or support that might have showed up when it came to your own personal confidence. And so this is actually your opportunity to build up your own personal confidence as far as your capabilities go and what you really want to do, what's going to make you happy. So we got the Star card here. Nice. I mean, there's this, yeah, even this star card is taking us to childhood, and we got a Page of Cups. That's also like a boy, like a child as well. In childhood, this is when we're innocent, our emotions are quite pure, and we are very hopeful and excited about what's to come. And maybe for some time you've been stuck in a certain paradigm of reality where it's been hard for you to be excited or be motivated about your life, motivated about what you're doing, believe in it. I'm hearing, I want to believe in myself again. So this is a really good time for you to regroup. And honestly, the only way you're going to be able to do that is to spend more time with yourself. This seems to be the cure, because whatever voices are in your head or are around you are not really working in your favor. You really just need to look at yourself. Maybe write some words on a page. Just write down how you feel and then read it over, and then read it over again, and then read it over again. You can come up with a couple prompts. You could come up with, what do I aspire for most? What am I most passionate about most? What am I struggling with? Just have a really honest, self-reflective conversation with yourself to realign, because this feels like aspirations and goals and not knowing if this is right or if it's wrong. Like not knowing what's right, not knowing what's not working. It's like a confusion is what I'm getting. It's like, I don't understand, like what is not working here? Something's not working. And it has to do with happiness, like straight up. It really just has to do with going back to this idea of what made you happy, what makes you happy, remembering what made you happy. And there's a bit of forgetfulness I'm getting. It's almost like you forgot what made you happy. So this is a time to play. This is a time to play and experiment and try different things and see what makes you happy, see what makes you feel good. It's really as simple as that. Like, what makes me feel good? Is it this? Is it doing this? Is it trying out this? Okay. Let me go ahead and pull some more cards to see what else wants to come through. Yeah, I'm also seeing keys. So like having the keys to unlocking something. That's what I'm seeing here. So the keys are supposed to take you somewhere. There's something that's like hidden away in a box. You gotta go and you gotta unlock it. And it's gonna take you getting out of if you are having a pity party, if you are feeling sorry for yourself, it's gonna take you getting out of that mode into focus mode, or into gentle self-reflective mode. Okay, let's pull some more cards and see what else wants to come through for you. So we got Crown Chakra. Pay attention to your ideas, as they are messages of true divine guidance sent in answer to your prayers. Okay. So, yes, our Crown Chakra is where we're receiving all that insight. We don't have preferences for nothing. I think people really just think we randomly are interested in things, or we randomly like things. And there's no random nothing. The things that we're interested in is because there's something in us that's divinely, called to move in that direction towards that thing. And in your case, I feel like there's lots of ideas that may be coming in that you're not seeing. The answer is there. It's waiting for you because you're, too focused on the feelings of not feeling good about it. So pay attention to your ideas, as they are messages of true divine guidance. That's something I learned. It's really simple. When it comes to my ideas and what I'm interested in, I just do whatever I'm interested in. I don't think about it hard anymore. I'm just like, oh, I'm interested in this. Let's do a video on this. Oh, I'm interested in this. Let's do a video on this. And I just start doing it. I don't think about it anymore because, what's interesting is just to learn about things, to be passionate about things. And sometimes I get an idea and I dive into it and I'm like, whoa, this is a lot more work than I was expecting. But I'm a completist, so I like to complete my projects, my ideas, and see it through. And I'm always amazed at what I'm left with after I'm done. But I've been doing that since I've been doing art, since high school. I'm just like, I want to see this project completed. And then when I started to realize I lost interest in completing certain things, I started to realize I was losing interest in them. So I no longer try to hold on to a certain way or idea of doing things. And usually what's holding us back is we have something we're excited about, but then we're afraid of what other people are going to think about it. So instead of worrying about what other people are thinking about it, just focus on your excitement around that idea. So it's crazy, pretty crazy as far as inspiration goes, how natural it is. Oh, I want to do this instead of I have to do this. So sit with that question of what would you like to do versus what you feel like you have to do. Like, oh, I should do this or I should do this. No, what feels like I want to do this? This feels really good. This feels really exciting. So I don't hesitate anymore. When I have an idea, I'm just like, okay, I'm going to do it. And I just start gathering my tools to get it done because I've shown myself I can complete projects. And that motivates me because I'm like, it might take me a month to finish this, but if I start, I'll finish it. Okay, let's see what else wants to come through for you guys. So we got Stargate Heart. Oh, very perfect for your green, evergreen card. Heart chakra opening, unlocking, and generosity. Oh, we were talking about the keys. Yeah, we were talking about unlocking something. Cool. So you're unlocking your heart. Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, and we got like the Emerald City in the background here. So that's what Dorothy's whole adventure was about, is about her learning how to connect to her heart, unlocking her heart, and realizing how generous her heart was. So if we're not feeling generous with ourselves, our energy, like as in, like just, it's flowing. It's a beautiful flow of energy. That usually means that our energy isn't flowing and it feels more stagnant. And that's because more than likely we're forcing something that doesn't feel natural to us, or we're holding back something that we want to express. So just express the thing that is on your heart. It's on your mind and heart, both of those. And you'll be shocked at how much comes from it. Like it's generously exciting. I don't think about how much time is going to go back into my projects. All I think about is, okay, when do I have time to work on it? Like, okay, I got 2 hours here, or I can start working on it here. I don't even really time block my stuff. I just think, okay, let me try to get this done today, or let me try to get done the first 2 hours of editing. That's how I think. I don't think in terms of what I can't do. I always think in terms of what can I do and when can I do it, because there are certain things I look forward to. Sometimes I look forward to shooting a video. Sometimes I look forward to editing a video. Usually I look forward to a little bit of all of it, but sometimes I want to shoot the video just so I can edit a video. Like that's how weird it is. Sometimes I'm inspired when I rewatch my old videos to make another video. So it just depends on how your creative engine works. That's what I'm seeing for you, group number 3, is you learning how to tune into your creative engine. How does it work? How can you tap into it? And it really just comes with, all you need is one idea. Okay, let's go ahead and roll the Astro dice for you guys. All right, we got Pluto. We got Sagittarius in the 2nd house. Okay, so this may have something to do with your resources, profits, gains. That's also what we're consuming here. We got Sagittarius, that's the aspirational, inspirational zodiac sign, and it's always pointing its arrow towards the truth. So Pluto is about transformation. So it's changing. When it comes to your resources, how resources come in, or how you are making money, 2nd house really is like, how are you making your money? How's your money coming in? How are you accessing your resources? This is changing. This is going through a transformation of the sort, and it has to do with with a Sagittarius energy, I mean, Pluto is actually in Capricorn right now. So there's like systems, but we have an Earth house, so that counts. So Sagittarius, Pluto in Sagittarius is giving me this energy of like reclaiming something here. Reclaiming something that feels more honest and truthful to you. You know, it's really interesting. I never really looked at this sign, but this kind of looks like a head and a person's hands holding up. Like he's holding his hands up in like a receptive, open, surrendered state. So this is a sign right here telling you to just be open to receive here. So second house is also about like our abundance, our resources. We got generosity. And Sagittarius can be very generous because it's ruled by Jupiter. And Jupiter is the largest graha after Sun. So they're asking you to expand when it comes to how your resources can come in. So this is looking like multiple incomes for some people. This is looking for like random income, unexpected income showing up. However, they want you to be open to this because you're going through a transformation. I'm going to pull a couple more cards to close out your reading. Group number 3. Let me just pull some. Also, second house is about what you're consuming as well. So this is changing. Consuming is like what we read, what we eat, what we take in on a day-to-day basis, what we're consuming. You know, some of us were on our phones for like 2 hours, 3 hours consuming that content. But think about what kind of content you're consuming, because that daily content you're consuming is programming you, right? So if you consume uplifting messages, that's programming you for uplifting, to receive things in a very uplifting manner. If you consume content where people are creative, inspirational, well, then you're programming yourself for being creative, being inspirational. So that's something to think about. Oh, look, boss energy. We got the Emperor. Look at that, the entrepreneur. She's getting it going. So this is about entrepreneurship for some of you guys. This is something that you've been looking into. So this is on the second house. Yeah, you might want to think about running your own business. Honestly, entrepreneurship isn't a case-by-case basis. This is more like a collective revolutionary thing that we're going through. Because if you think about it, if the robots take over the jobs or the computers take over the jobs that other people were doing, well, who's going to be, like, what is everyone else going to do? Well, this is your opportunity to think about what you really want to do, because we all have our own unique creative gifts. And if anything, this is a perfect time for you to learn how to access, use, activate your creative gifts. Never feel like you're behind. There's no such thing. It's just a matter of when and how. Not asking how you're going to do it, but letting the how surprise you, how it happens. So let how it happens surprise you. Just start somewhere. But whatever is inspiring for you, just pursue the thing that's the most inspiring for you, that uplifts your heart. That's what's going to help you to overcome any sort of insecurities you might be having around resources and, whether it's going to come in. What's beautiful is I gave you Sagittarius. Sagittarius is like, wow, no cap. It's like this energy of unlimited. It's expansive and it's constantly expanding into higher and higher knowledge. Sagittarius is also the most advanced fire sign. So this means that it's, as far as its spirit goes, its light goes, it really knows how to ignite its light. It knows how to fan the fire. So you got to fan the fire. You got to fan the passions that you're interested in. And that will show you the way. Once that fire is lit, there really is no stopping you. You'll be unstoppable. So with this Emperor energy, they're showing you, you can be unstoppable depending on the mindset that you're applying here. And everything's just going to sort of juggle. You're just going to have a sense for, oh, okay, let's just do this. So if it looks a little ambiguous right now, let it look ambiguous. Pluto is ambiguous. Pluto is mystery. Speaking of the wild card energy, Pluto is a little bit of maybe a bit of a wild ride. but it's a fun one. It can be, depending on you, and if you're open to an adventure, if you're open to this, right? This is boss energy. And so the universe is trying to redirect people towards their boss independent energy because the system's changing and they want the humans to be prepared. They're like, we need these people to be prepared for what's happening, so let's kind of help them in this transition, get these messages so that they can just get going on it, because COVID was like the smack in the face as far as wake up, time to change things. Things are changing, but there's an undeniable change that's going to be shifting, especially as Pluto's going through Capricorn, the final sign when it comes to resources and earth energy until 2040. So resources are going to be going through a huge transformation. And by the end of it, it's not going to look the same. This world's going to look very different in 15 years. All right, I hope you enjoyed that group number 3. I hope that helps you in some way. Like, subscribe to support, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.